Distinguished President Korkidis, distinguished members of the Greek employers organizations, of European employers organizations, European Economic and Social Committee, distinguished members of the Greek government and of the regional and local authorities, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for the ILO to be invited to take part in this important event. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for the opportunity offered to us to participate in this event and to contribute to the debate and the discussions on the future and the representation of Greek commerce, strategy and prospect for small and medium-sized enterprises. This is an important topic indeed from an ILO perspective. As many of you here know, the ILO is a tripartite organization which brings together government, workers, and employers. And this is a unique tripartite structure within the UN system. And the three constituents together, they discuss issues related to the world of work and adopt instruments, conventions, recommendations, and also other instruments in order to address challenges facing both workers and employers, such as, for example, the protection of workers' rights, but also the creation of enabling environments for enterprise development. And this is even more true since the financial and economic crisis erupted at the end of 2008, and as a result of which both workers and enterprises, and especially SMEs, have been paying a heavy price. Workers in terms of jobs and income losses, but also enterprises in terms of difficult access to credit, loss of market, and also a lot of bankruptcies. And the ILO, from the beginning of the crisis, has mobilized all its resources in order to help member states, that is government, employers, and workers, to address the consequences of the crisis. And the Global Jobs Pact that was adopted by the International Labour Conference in June 2009 as a response to the crisis has stressed the importance of putting in place economic and social policies in order to help both workers and enterprises to mitigate the impact of the crisis and to move forward in the recovery. And the Global Jobs Pact has also stressed the importance of social dialogue and industrial relations in promoting a sustainable recovery. All the reports published by the ILO since then, and also all the conclusions of various meetings which were organized in Geneva, but also in other parts of the world, like the one which was organized in April 2013 in Oslo. All these documents, all these meetings called on governments of member states to take measures in order to promote job creation, but also to facilitate access of enterprises, especially SMEs, to credit, to enable them to operate in an effective way. ILO Director General, Mr. Guy Ryder, who will be visiting Greece next week in order to address the Greek Parliament and to talk about social dialogue, has on many occasions stressed the importance of creating a suitable environment for sustainable development of enterprises. He also stressed the importance of keeping a balance between fiscal consolidation, adjustment policies in order to curb deficits and reduce debt on the one hand, but also on the necessity of putting in place sustainable policies in order to boost demand and investment. And as he mentioned several times, on many occasions, fiscal consolidation, structural reforms, and competitiveness on the one hand, and stimulus packages, investment in the real economy, and quality of jobs are not competing paradigms. They go together, and they need to be sustained both. Ladies and gentlemen, the ILO has been very active in Greece in the last 2 years. It responded positively to the request of the Greek tripartite constituent for assistance in the difficult economic and social circumstances the country has been going through. The country, and it started its program It started this program of assistance 2 years ago, and in July 2013, a letter of intent was signed between the Greek Ministry of Labour, the European Task Force for Greece, the ILO, and the World Bank. And this letter of intent set the stage for an assistance to Greece, in particular in two areas, social dialogue and building the labour inspection. Also, following the DG visit to Greece in June 2013, the ILO opened a temporary liaison office here in Greece in October 2013. And my colleague, Kostas Papadakis, who heads the office, will be here tomorrow, and he can say more about the work of this office in providing the assistance to the Greek government and the social partners in promoting a recovery of the Greek economy. Also, since the visit of the Director General to Greece in June 2013, many technical missions came from Geneva in order to provide assistance to the Greek social partners and the Greek government in many other areas. Let me here stress a bit the work the ILO has been doing in the area of social dialogue. We all know that social dialogue and industrial relations have been put under strain by the adjustment program that has been deployed by the Greek government in implementation of the assistance program discussed and agreed upon with the Troika. The autonomy of the social partners has been limited after the implementation of this program, and the space for social dialogue and tripartite consultation shrunk significantly as a result of these policies. ILO supervisory mechanisms have repeatedly requested the Greek government to engage in social dialogue with the social partners before any additional alterations are made to the industrialization system. And in the sector of commerce, for example, the ILO has been working with the social partners in order to renew the collective agreement which expired at the end of 2013. Similarly, the ILO has facilitated the conclusion of the national collective agreement between the Greek employers and workers' organization at the national level. So from the ILO perspective, these are very positive developments, but they need to be backed. They need to be backed and also strengthened in order to relaunch social dialogue in Greece, despite the very difficult circumstances the country is going through. And as it was mentioned by many speakers before me, social dialogue needs to be strengthened even further in Greece. And the DG will certainly stress this again next week in Athens, and he will say that the social dialogue is part of the solution to the crisis, is part of the solution to the economic and jobs crisis that is facing the Greek society. There cannot be a sustainable recovery without social dialogue, without strong social partners engaged in dialogue between themselves, but also with the government in order to find all the appropriate solutions to the challenges facing the Greek economy. And of course, the ILO will continue to provide all possible assistance needed to the Greek government and the Greek social partners in rebuilding the social dialogue and industrial relations in this very moment. And here I would like to conclude by thanking the three parties, the three partners from Greece, for the trust placed on us, on the ILO, and of course, again, to thank the organizers for the invitation extended to the ILO, and wishing the organizers of this Congress every success in the discussions today and tomorrow. Thank you very much.